Have you ever felt, even for a split second, that your entire life is being guided by something you can't quite see, but you can feel? That subtle pull in your chest, the strange tension in your breath, the quiet whisper inside your mind telling you that the world you were taught to believe in is only the surface of something infinitely deeper. You try to brush it off, try to pretend that everything is normal, but the truth keeps echoing beneath your ribs. Something in your reality has been shifting. You feel it before you understand it. You sense it before you name it. Because the moment your consciousness begins to expand beyond the ordinary can no longer hold you. There's a point in every spiritual awakening where the familiar breaks, where the routines that used to keep you stable suddenly feel too small for the person you're becoming. Your emotions grow louder, your intuition becomes impossible to ignore. And it's not anxiety. It's the vibration of a life that is trying to evolve faster than your old identity can handle. That's why your thoughts keep looping. That's why your subconscious mind keeps replaying the same stories. That's why you feel trapped between who you were and who you are about to become. But then the coincidences begin. A message arrives at the exact moment you were thinking of someone. A sentence in a book hits you like it was written for you. You see repeating numbers not once, but everywhere, on clocks, receipts, street signs, each appearance carving itself into your awareness like a code from a higher intelligence. You tell yourself it's random. Your logical mind tries to tame it, rationalize it, force it into a tidy box where the world stays predictable and safe. But your consciousness knows better, because deep down, you've always sensed the existence of a hidden structure beneath everything, a reality that is not physical, but vibrational, a reality that responds not to what you say, but to the frequency you emit, a reality shaped not by chance, but by awareness. This is the moment you begin to feel the pulse of the quantum field, and once you feel it, nothing looks the same again. Your emotions take on new meaning. Your thoughts no longer seem private. They feel like signals interacting with an invisible web. Your intuition sharpens, like an internal compass aligning to something ancient, something cosmic, something that has been waiting for you to wake up. Because the truth, your truth, is that consciousness is not confined to your skull. You are not a mind trapped inside a body. You are a field of awareness interacting with a much larger field of infinite possibilities. The quantum field doesn't care about your past, your limits, your fears, or your old programming. It responds to your state of being, to your vibration, to the emotional frequency you carry in the deepest layers of your subconscious. And the moment you shift that frequency, even slightly, the entire architecture of your reality begins to rearrange itself to match. This is why your life repeats the same patterns. This is why the same relationships show up in new faces. This is why your breakthroughs feel close, yet always slip through your fingers. Your subconscious has been broadcasting an old vibration into a universe that only speaks energy. And every event, every reaction, every coincidence is the quantum field responding to that signal with perfect precision. But when you finally learn to tap into consciousness on purpose, when you step into the hidden mechanics of reality, when you understand what's truly happening beneath the surface of your awakening, everything changes. Your past stops defining you. Your patterns lose their power. Your future becomes fluid again, as if the universe itself has been waiting for you to claim your role as a conscious creator within this vast, living field of intelligence. And as you begin to listen, not with your ears, but with your awareness, you'll notice that the quantum field has been speaking to you all along, guiding you, aligning you, preparing you for. If something inside you already knows this is true, do two things right now so you don't lose this path. Hit like. That tells YouTube you want more content about quantum consciousness, the quantum field, and your spiritual awakening. Subscribe and turn on the bell, because the next videos connect like chapters of one single story about your soul, your vibration, and the hidden architecture of your reality. Now, let me take you to the exact moment where your reality started to shift, even before you noticed. You don't realize it at first, but something inside you shifts the moment the hidden reality answers back. It's subtle, almost imperceptible, like a soft tremor moving underneath your perception. You go through your day as if everything is normal, but a quiet awareness begins to rise, a feeling that the surface of your life is thinning, and something far more real is pressing itself through the cracks. This is where consciousness starts expanding before the mind can keep up. where your vibration changes even though you're still clinging to familiar fears. The quantum field responds to every emotion you emit, and when you release a raw, unfiltered signal from your subconscious mind, the field echoes it with synchronicities that feel too precise to ignore. You begin noticing details that were always there but never truly seen. The way people's energy affects you, the way your thoughts seem to ripple into your surroundings, the way your intuition speaks louder than logic. Part of you feels unsettled, because awakening doesn't start with enlightenment. It starts with disruption. It starts with the uncomfortable realization that the life you built was shaped by old frequencies, old beliefs, old versions of yourself that no longer align with the person emerging through the cracks. And as your awareness stretches into this new space, you feel torn between fear and recognition. It's strange, yet familiar. It's new, yet ancient. It's overwhelming, yet undeniably yours. This is the early stage of a spiritual awakening, when the quantum reality begins revealing itself through small bends in the fabric of your daily experience. You're not imagining it. You're not losing your mind. You're starting to perceive the architecture behind your existence, the field of pure energy and information that has been interacting with you long before you ever learned the language of vibration. And once you feel that, even for a moment, your entire sense of identity begins to loosen. You're no longer defined by the stories you inherited. You're no longer trapped in patterns that don't resonate with your true frequency. Something larger is calling you forward, something that feels like truth even if you can't explain it yet. This channel exists for that exact moment, for the people who feel the reality around them bending, for those who sense their consciousness rising into a version of themselves they were always meant to become. When you like, subscribe, or share your thoughts, it isn't just engagement, it's an energetic exchange. It's you saying, "I'm awake enough to walk this path consciously." It's you joining a community of seekers who feel the same shift, who recognize the same cracks forming in their old reality, who are ready to raise their vibration and explore the deeper layers of the quantum field together. Your voice here strengthens the collective frequency we are building, and your presence shapes the conversations that will guide others through their own awakening. So take a moment to ground yourself, breathe into the expansion unfolding inside you, and if what you're feeling resonates, if the words echo something you haven't yet dared to say out loud, support this space, add your energy to it, and let this connection grow. Because what's coming next will take you even deeper into the moment your reality first began to shift, and we're only just beginning to open that door. And as you move closer to that threshold, you begin to sense the presence of something larger working behind your experiences, something that science and spirituality have been describing for decades from different angles. What we call the quantum field is not an abstract theory or a poetic metaphor. It is the very fabric of the hidden reality that responds to every shift in your perception, every change in your emotional frequency, every whisper that rises from your expanding consciousness. Quantum physics reveals that the world you touch and see is not made of solid things, but of fluctuating probabilities waiting for an observer to give them form. Your consciousness is that observer. Your vibration is the instruction you send into that ocean of pure potential. Before a particle becomes matter, it exists as a wave, a cloud of infinite outcomes folded into the same moment. Your mind subconsciously selects which outcome you experience based on the energy you are resonating with. This means your thoughts are not passive. They are signals. Your emotions are not random. They are frequencies. And your beliefs are not just stories. They are the filters determining which version of reality you collapse into form. When you live in fear or unworthiness, you broadcast a vibration that aligns with experiences reinforcing those states. It is not punishment. It is resonance. The quantum field does not judge. It mirrors. But something extraordinary happens when you begin raising your vibration. When your internal dialogue softens, when gratitude opens a space inside your chest, when courage stretches your awareness beyond the old self, the field responds instantly. People show up at the exact moment you need a new perspective. Opportunities unfold without you forcing anything. Patterns you tried to fix for years dissolve in days. You're not being blessed by luck. You're being answered by the very structure of the universe. Because your energy frequency has finally shifted into alignment with a new level of reality. Every moment you choose a different thought. Every emotion you allow yourself to feel with presence. Every belief you question and release becomes a quantum choice point. You are selecting a new version of yourself inside the field, and as your consciousness aligns with that version, your external world begins to reassemble around it. This is not imagination. This is quantum consciousness in motion. This is the observer effect applied to your life. This is the law of attraction seen through the lens of science rather than superstition. And once you understand how intimately your internal state is connected to the architecture of the universe, you begin to realize how powerful you truly are. If something in this is resonating with the experiences you've had, the synchronicities you've noticed, the sensation that reality is softer and more fluid than it appears, make sure you are subscribed. This channel isn't just about information. It's a space for expansion, a community built on awareness, frequency, and shared awakening. Your presence, your engagement, your energy here strengthens the field we are creating together. Now stay with me, because next we're going even deeper into the moment your higher self begins to intervene and redirect your entire path. And what happens after that is, and when you understand this, you begin to realize that the moment you consciously touch the quantum field is far quieter and far more intimate than the dramatic quantum leap people imagine. It doesn't arrive with fireworks. It arrives with presence. It arrives with awareness expanding just enough for you to sense that you are no longer trapped inside the noise of your subconscious mind. It begins the moment you finally sit with yourself without running, without numbing, without collapsing back into the familiar patterns that kept your vibration locked in the same low frequency. In that stillness, you can feel the field responding before anything physical changes, because the shift always happens in consciousness first. You close your eyes, not to escape the world, but to meet it from the inside. You allow the heaviness in your chest to speak. You notice the fear hidden beneath your thoughts. You sense the old belief that you are alone, unsupported, separated from something greater. But instead of tightening against it, you soften, you breathe, and in that single breath, your perception stretches just enough for a doorway to open, a doorway into the quiet awareness behind your experience. That awareness, steady and luminous, is the presence of your higher self. It's not a separate being. It's the version of you that already lives in alignment with your deepest truth, the version that already resonates with the frequency of the life you want to create. From that awareness, you begin to transmit a new signal into the quantum field. You imagine the you who is free, grounded, confident, connected. You let your heart feel what it would be like to wake up with clarity, to move through life guided by intuition, to trust that every step is supported by an unseen intelligence woven into the structure of reality. For a few seconds, your vibration aligns with that possibility, and consciousness imprints it onto the field. This is the foundation of quantum manifestation, not forcing outcomes, not begging the universe, but shifting your energy until you become a match for the reality you wish to experience. Nothing dramatic needs to happen in that moment, because the transformation has already begun. Over the next days, you notice subtle, yet undeniable changes. A draining relationship dissolves without conflict. A new path in your career emerges with unexpected ease. Someone enters your life who speaks the language of consciousness you've been silently longing for. These are not coincidences. They are alignments generated by the shift in your vibrational frequency. You didn't manipulate the external world. You altered the state of your internal one, and the quantum field reorganized around that new frequency. This is the essence of a true quantum shift in consciousness. It is the point where your awakening stops being accidental and becomes deliberate, where your energy and awareness begin to sculpt your lived experience. If this resonates with the changes you've felt within yourself, if you recognize these quiet transformations that seem to appear at the exact right moment, I invite you to be part of this growing space of expansion. Your comments, your presence, your engagement are not just interactions. They create a field of shared intention, a community anchored in resonance and aligned awareness. If the content here supports your awakening, liking and subscribing allows this connection to strengthen, allowing the message to reach others who are standing at the edge of their own transformation. Stay with me now, because what unfolds next takes you deeper into the architecture of how your higher self guides the timeline of your life. And once you see how this guidance actually works, we step into a completely different layer of reality. And as you stand on the edge of this realization, you may begin to sense that something even more profound has been happening beneath the surface of your awakening. Because once the quantum field starts rearranging itself around your new vibration and your higher self begins guiding your steps with quiet precision, a deeper truth starts to rise from within. It's the truth most people never hear, and yet it silently shapes every experience of their lives. The reality you've been living was never created by the small fraction of thoughts you consciously choose each day. It has been woven, moment by moment, through the vast reservoir of your subconscious mind, the hidden 95% of your consciousness that has been broadcasting your vibration long before you knew how to listen. Your subconscious mind is the architect behind the scenes, generating the frequency that the quantum field mirrors with absolute fidelity. All the beliefs you absorbed before you knew how to question them, the emotional imprints left by childhood experiences, the silent expectations you carried into adulthood, they have formed a consistent vibrational pattern, and the field, neutral and responsive, has been shaping your physical reality according to that pattern. This is why change often feels slow or impossible when you rely only on conscious willpower. Your subconscious is stronger, older, and infinitely more influential than the surface-level intentions you try to impose. But the moment your awakening begins, the moment your perception expands enough to notice the cracks in the old reality, your subconscious program becomes visible for the first time. You notice the emotional loops, the repetitive fears, the familiar narratives you keep meeting again and again. And instead of being trapped by them, you realize they are invitations, opportunities to rewrite the frequency that has shaped your life until now. This is where the true spiritual transformation begins, not in bypassing your pain, not in forcing positivity, but in understanding that your subconscious vibration has always been the signal the quantum field responds to. The field does not respond to the mask you present, to the affirmations you repeat with doubt in your body, to the visualizations you attempt while still carrying the frequency of fear. It responds to the energy beneath all of that. And when your conscious awareness finally aligns with a new state of being, when your vibration begins to rise from authenticity instead of effort, the field immediately rearranges itself in response. This is why, after the initial shift, your life begins to change in ways that feel synchronized, meaningful, impossible to explain with logic alone. You are witnessing the subconscious reprogramming itself through awareness, and the universe updating the mirror accordingly. And once you truly understand that 95% of your reality originates from the subconscious mind, something inside you unlocks. You stop blaming yourself for past patterns. You stop assuming the universe is withholding something from you. You begin to see that the next stage of your awakening is not about wishing for a new life. It's about transforming the internal frequency that has been shaping your quantum field since the beginning. This is the doorway to quantum subconscious work, the place where the deepest shifts occur and where your reality begins to rewrite itself from the inside out. Before we move into that next layer, I want to invite you to anchor your awareness here. If this resonates with your experience, if something in you feels seen or understood, share it below. Even a simple phrase like, "I awaken," "I see beyond," or "I am expanding," strengthens your own intention and amplifies the energy of this community. Your voice matters in this field we are creating together, and what comes next will take us even further into the hidden architecture of your subconscious and how it has been shaping your entire life without you even realizing it. If this video awakened something inside you, don't let it fade into just another piece of interesting content your mind forgets tomorrow. This is a moment of choice, and moments like this shape the direction of your consciousness. First, hit like now, not just for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature to the quantum field that you're choosing to continue this journey of expanded awareness. Second, subscribe and turn on the bell, because the next videos form a sequence. Miss one, and you miss a crucial part of the map that explains your consciousness, your vibration, and the hidden architecture of your reality. And now, I want you to participate actively in this field we're building together. In the comments, write the phrase, "I'm ready to shift my reality." Then tell me the biggest synchronicity or sign you've ever received from the universe. When you write this, you're not just commenting on a video. You are anchoring a new decision in your consciousness, and others will read your words, feel your courage, and that creates a collective field of transformation that strengthens everyone inside it. After you comment, click the video appearing on your screen. Your subconscious is creating 95% of your reality. Here's the proof. That is your next step. If this video opened the door, the next one will show you who has been holding the key the whole time. I'll see you there.